In a world where survival sometimes hinges on a single sheet of paper, today's episode pulls back the curtain on the powerful but imperfect tool of protection orders. Are they a true shield or merely a hopeful gesture in the face of deadly risk? Through gripping stories and sobering data, we'll confront the real-life fallout when the system meant to protect instead leaves women exposed and ask what needs to change so these promises of safety finally deliver.
If ever your life could be a true crime podcast episode, then this podcast is for you. We're about to embark on a roller coaster of emotions, insights, survival, and stories about escape. So buckle up and let the journey begin.
Welcome back to another episode of the Escape podcast Traumedy about escaping all the things. I'm Charity.
And I'm KB. So,
what
are you escaping today?
I had a day.
You did?
So, yesterday morning, I came back. It was Monday, after a 3-day, much-needed mental reset type of a weekend. And I came back to see that a mystery person had written on my personal calendar a series of notes. And I was feeling good. I was like,
happy to be back to work.
First thing I noticed is there's like a little note card where I have a specific password for something. No one knows what it's linked to. I know what it's linked to, and it's for someone else's computer in the event that they're gone and I need access to something. And it was on my floor, and I'm like, well, I know that where that lives, and it lives in another place now, but passwords have all been changed. But I see that on the floor, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Because none of our staff who clean or anything are supposed to be touching anything on our desks.
Yeah, and there's no breeze that blows through there.
No, not at all. So I pick that up, and I'm thinking, well, maybe Nicole got it, because I was gone Friday. Maybe she got into my office. So I just put it away, and as I go to put it away, I see these notes written all over my calendar. Let me read them to you. It's 2-page notes. So for those of you that are wondering, when I say my calendar, it's like a page a day kind of a thing where you peel, So it sits flat. I don't have it propped up. And then this one little corner is curled up, so it looks like that. So it's dark in here. But first one says, I miss seeing you. It's been too long. Yes! It's almost like a conversation. Like, say I miss seeing you.
Yeah. I miss seeing you.
Oh, it's been too long.
Yes.
See, it's kind of like that, the way it's written. And then just say, I'm getting comfortable with you. And then the little corner that's peeled up, it says, I am freaky. And then you turn it over, and the next page says, not gonna lie, kind of miss having you around. Can't wait any longer. Now, this is only going to lead me to one conclusion, because I had been working a lot of very late night hours where there's really nobody in the building except part of our cleaning crew. And not signed, but a quick handwriting analysis of a personnel file led us to and video camera footage of who accessed my frickin' office. This is never okay. This is the thing that I was derailed for hours yesterday.
Yeah, you were.
I could not stop shaking. Even if I had never been stalked in my life, which I have on multiple occasions, this was still inappropriate. It still very, very, very much rattled me. And I just cannot believe that it's happening in this day and age. Like, this sexual harassment is just obscene. So when his management team confronted him about it, he wouldn't look at him. He wouldn't look at him, and then finally said something to the effect of, I misread the situation. Yeah. Now, I'm there working late. I'm seeing someone who's working usually in isolation, and I want to be kind.
Absolutely.
Like, hey, I recognize the work you're doing. Janitorial work is not glorious, right? And just thank them for the job they're doing. I try to be nice to all of my employees.
Absolutely.
I should not get shit like that for being nice to somebody.
And that's what you and I talked
And it
about.
is disgusting. Everybody knows I am madly in love with my husband.
Yes.
There is no other man for me.
No.
And I just, to even have to, it doesn't matter, like, oh, it just infuriates me. And then I'm feeling unsafe. Like, I know they're going to talk to him. And I'm like, oh my God, that's right down the hall. Like, I don't feel safe. And it just pisses me off.
Yeah, as it should. It's a violation on numerous levels. But I think, like we spoke yesterday, it's this thing where you are nice to everyone. Doesn't matter the age, the gender, any of that. Like, you're nice to your employees, And so I think that we should be able to smile at each other and say hello and be friendly without the other person taking that as an invitation, for a deeper come on type of relationship. And that's where I was like, I struggle with that. And you and I talked about that a little bit yesterday, because I was like, in those moments, you feel like, what did I do? Like, how did I lead this person on to think that it was okay for them to leave you these notes or
Put this
talk to you
on
this
the
way?
CEO's desk. What the hell do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, the audacity.
You're going to keep your job?
No.
Newsflash.
But that's where he
Not
said
happening.
he was misreading the what. Then that's where I go back to what signs. So we're supposed to be robotic in our day to day and not.
Thank you for doing your job.
I mean, so
Have a nice day.
to deter
Yeah.
from getting this type of a violation, intrusion. I mean, no.
And then also fessed up to like moving some of my stuff around. I'm sure he's been snooping. And then I remembered there was another note within a couple of weeks, and I didn't see it because it was stuffed under my keyboard. And so I just saw this little tiny corner one day. So I don't know how long it had been there. And it was on a Post-it note that a very particular one that I don't even have in my office. So he snooped in someone else's office to write this note to leave it on my desk. I'm just like, and it was really benign, so I didn't think anything of it. I just threw it away. And then
It was the start.
then this, and I'm like, what?
That escalated quickly.
What am I looking at? This is not okay. So that's what I'm escaping, because I have never, ever, ever felt unsafe in my building with any of my employees. It's just next level.
Yeah, no, that is a big escape. Well, I'm glad that we have it handled. It'll take a little while, I think, to recover from it
I had to go to
still.
an appointment yesterday, and there was a car that was following me for quite a while, and then I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
So I texted Kelly. I'm like, hey, I need his car make and model, plate number, please.
Yeah. Because you've already dealt with stalkers in the past.
And then my husband, he's like, what time are you leaving work? I'm like, this time. He goes, okay. And so I get out to my car. He's already there waiting, and he follows me home, and he should not have to do that.
No, he shouldn't. But bless him that he does. Like, he is more than, I know your husband, and he is more than happy to do that to make sure that you're okay. So
anyway, I mean, if you're going to do this to the CEO, then none of my staff, none of my guests here are safe
no,
from that kind of behavior. Obviously, there was no salvaging
no,
the employment relationship at all.
no.
And it's just very unfortunate all around. So
Well,
what about you?
I'm escaping my phone, and I have been kind of escaping it for the last few days. But I feel like I rant on this all the time. Sorry, guys. But it's like, it's always going off, And so it's like learning as I'm starting to kind of learn for me and my mental well-being. And it's not that I have any problems with it. It's just that, like, I truly believe our brains were not designed to have this much
Bombardment of
overwhelming notifications all the time, whether it's computers and it is the world that we live in today. But guess what? Our phones are smart. And not only are they smart in the algorithms and the things that they try to lock us in, and I beg you to sit with that and wonder, why are the algorithms trying to keep you there?
Yeah.
Think about that. And so I sound a little bit like a conspiracy theorist, but it's one of those things where our smartphones are smart, and the other side, to kind of protect us, we can set boundaries. I can choose what I'm getting notifications from. And and silence the others and then check in on things.
I had my sound turned off all of those 3 days.
Was it glorious?
It was freaking awesome.
Yeah. And it's like, I feel like we weren't designed
Well,
to
we're
have
trained
to.
like rats, like ding,
Yeah.
ding. Like we've got to look, right? I
Yeah.
just shut it off.
There's even times like I had to like change the settings on my watch because it too was like I'd get this little ping in like a, I don't know, a thud vibration on my, and so we'll be sitting here in the podcast and it'll like, and there's part of me where I'm like, what is that?
What is it? Is it
What is it? Who's trying to?
Yeah.
And half the time it's Thrive Market, an extra 20% off of your. And it's like shit. I don't.
We are not sponsored by Thrive.
We are not sponsored by Thrive Market. But it's stuff like that where I'm like, quit. I don't need to hear from you 24/7. So that's what I'm escaping is just starting to learn to set all those boundaries and just say no.
That's good.
Yeah. So,
Well, I think today's topic is kind of fitting for what I dealt with yesterday. So
I would agree.
We're going to talk about protection orders.
let's
Are you ready to re-enter the workforce or find a career that actually fits? Or maybe you're an employer tired of noisy platforms that miss the mark? Try Focus, a smarter hiring tool that helps you cut through the noise and focus on what matters. Visit focus.work today. That's FOQUS.WORK.
do it.
Okay. So these legal tools are often hailed as the first line of defense against domestic violence or domestic abuse, but are they really enough?
I've always wondered that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to explore their shortfalls, when they can actually escalate danger, and then the scenarios where they are most effective. Okay. So it's not like a black and white thing. They're effective in some cases and seriously escalate situations in other cases. But we're going to draw from real stories of women who sought protection but tragically didn't get it, and hopefully we can learn from that. If any of you are facing that decision on how or when to leave a domestic abuser, hopefully you can learn something from the content today. So let's start with the basics. Protection orders, in some vicinities, regions, they're called restraining orders or orders of protection. These are court-issued documents that legally require an abuser to stay away from the victim, to avoid contact, sometimes to surrender their weapons. They're designed to create a buffer of safety, and in many cases, they do provide some relief. But as we'll see, they're far from foolproof. A 2021 analysis from the National Violent Death Reporting System across 16 states found that about 12% of female intimate partner homicide victims had an active protection order at the time of their death. Similarly, in a multi-state study from 2003 to 2013, showed 11% of slain women held such protection orders, often issued just months before they were killed.
Oof.
And globally, the UN's 2023 femicide report, there is such a thing, revealed that 51,100 women and girls, this is 60% of all female homicides, were killed by intimate partners or family members. So this is 1 every 10 minutes.
Yikes.
And with entrenched gender biases and weak enforcement playing key roles, there's just no end in sight with this. So now on to the shortfalls. Protection orders rely heavily on enforcement, obviously. And when enforcement fails, and that could be overwhelmed police, lack of resources, or simply the abuser's disregard for the order,
Right.
they can become little more than just a piece of paper. So take Shirley Lowry, for instance, a 51-year-old bus driver and grandmother from Chicago. This was 1992. After fleeing her abusive live-in companion, Benjamin Franklin, I kid you not, she went to the courthouse to seek a 2-year injunction. She believed the building's security where she lived at the courthouse would keep her safe, but Franklin ambushed her in the hallway of the courthouse, stabbing her 19 times
Oh my.
with a butcher knife and killing her before she could even enter the courtroom.
He had.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So when he was arrested, they also found a loaded pistol. This case highlights a major safety gap. One should be able to assume that courthouses should be sanctuaries, yet violence can erupt there before an order is even granted. I'm glad ours does have security.
It does. Big time.
Similarly, Tammy Marie Davis, a 19-year-old mother from Southern California, had a court-ordered restraining order against her ex-boyfriend. let's not even name these shitbags. So her ex-boyfriend, he had threatened her with a gun, which is what prompted her to get the protection order. He was due to start a 6-month jail sentence for those threats.
Mm-hmm.
But in 1990, despite the order, he harassed her relentlessly. And one night after she left work, he shot her with a shotgun in a stranger's doorway as she begged for help. He later set himself on fire in a car during a police chase. He literally pulled over, doused himself with gasoline, set himself on fire while the car kept rolling towards a gas station. But her life was already lost, and the order didn't deter him because the violations just weren't addressed fast enough.
Good grief.
So, yeah.
These guys are on a mission.
Very
That's the scary part. Like, I feel like, and that's where I said I've often wondered this, because I think when some people are on a mission, it does almost just seem like a piece of paper. These
well, I
protection
think
orders.
it fuels it. You're
It
gonna
probably
find, like,
does.
it's like,
Oh, you
oh,
think?
yeah, watch me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think that's going to stop me?
Right.
Watch this.
Okay, here's another one. Donna Montgomery. This is also heartbreaking. She was married for 13 years to Robert. He was an abusive farmer and car broker near Indianapolis. Donna endured physical torment, jealousy, threats. He once even tied her up and put a gun in her mouth. He was super jealous. He would pick out her clothes for her. I told you about my high school boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Dress me, can't wear makeup, all the
Yeah.
time. And this was just so no one else could look at her, right?
Mm-hmm.
In 1995, she'd finally had enough, summoned the courage to file for divorce, and obtained a restraining order after he burned her clothes and vowed to kill her and himself. She hid with friends. She felt pretty safe at her bank job, and coworkers were all ready to kind of signal if this guy showed up,
Yeah.
right? But days just before the order, Robert stormed her office, ordered a client out, and shot her before killing himself where she worked. Another one, Teresa Bender, met her husband at a mental hospital where they both worked. Months into the marriage, he was arrested for battery and later disorderly conduct. He was taken to jail, and when let out, a 72 no-contact order was issued, during which co-workers would escort Teresa home every day for safety. But hours after it expired, he shot and killed Teresa and 2 of her protectors in their apartment before taking his own life.
Oh, my.
So the temporary nature in this case of the order left a very deadly window.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Maria Navarro's case. Her case shows how even active orders and pleas for help can fall short. She was celebrating her 27th birthday in 1989. She got a warning call that her estranged husband was coming to kill her. With a restraining order in place due to his history of beatings and threats against their children, she called 911 immediately. The deputy dismissed it, saying nothing could be done until he arrived with a gun.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, he hasn't committed a crime yet. Just wait till he...
Just wait till he shoots you and then call us.
Call us back. Can you just call us back? So minutes later, he burst in. He shot her, her 2 aunts, and another friend, all dead. He wounded other people. He surrendered hours later, but...
That person that answered that call that day, that told her nothing could be done because a crime hadn't been committed yet or whatnot, has to live with that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
That sucks.
There's a case, I don't know if I have the stomach, these are all horrible, but I can't think of her name right now, but she did everything right and moved. It would change her name, would change her blah, 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 blah. And this abuser and stalker would find her every single time, and she would plead to law enforcement. He got her in the end, and it was almost like she just gave up and said, nobody is helping me.
Mm-hmm.
We have absolutely demonstrated that this man is a psychopath.
Yeah.
And nobody is helping protect me. This piece of paper isn't going to cut it. And it went on for I think it was 13 years, if I recall.
Oh, what a nightmare.
13 years of her life lived having to be hyper vigilant, having like wondering when is he going to catch up to me? Like and he was so freaking smart and
Can you
manipulative.
imagine that fight or flight always being on to that degree?
No. So it was awful. Okay, moving on to Betsy Murray. She obtained a temporary restraining order against her husband. He violated it 13 times before killing her. So
when, okay, I hope I'm not interrupting here, but like,
please.
when they, okay, so you have a restraining order and then the person violates it, what happens? They get thrown in jail? Like, what's the consequence?
Hold out your hand. No.
Oh, this way oh, like, that's not enough.
You're supposed to stay away.
Okay.
So he literally 13 times, no consequences. She reported it. How was he still out in the public where he could have access to her?
After that many times?
Right. You don't, like, they're telling you what they're going to do. Piece of paper, real schmools. Like, I am going to pursue this person. I am obsessed. I am whatever. I am unhinged. So, or maybe they would have taken it serious after the 14th time. Maybe that was the magic number. I don't know.
But so does this work? Okay, so this is happening just between regular citizens every day. So let's take it a level up. Like this is happening to government, like a senator or a president or whatever. Do they take it a little bit more seriously in those aspects?
Absolutely.
So
Privilege and status?
yeah,
Damn straight.
that's not okay. Okay.
No, it's not okay. Not okay. And like I said before, these are not isolated incidents. A Kentucky study cited by the National Network to End Domestic Violence found that while protection orders reduced violence and saved the state $85 million in costs, about 1 in 4 women with orders faced violations, often involving assault. 25%. Nationally, 10 to 12% of intimate partner homicide victims had valid orders in place, and shortfalls include poor enforcement, just being ignored, and the lack of integration with some kind of safety plans or monitoring of these people due to whatever, resources, being short-staffed, all the things. But here's where it gets even more complex, because protection orders can sometimes escalate violence, as I think were indicative in all of these situations. But filing or serving one can provoke an abuser who's already unhinged and possibly wasn't going to lead to trying to murder somebody. But many survivors fear this backlash. One report notes that women often hesitate to file because it might poke the bear, angering the abuse further. Escalation is most likely when the abuser has a history of ignoring authority or substance abuse or access to guns. Those are the 3 things that studies have found. In rural areas, enforcement varies, like distance from police can also heighten the risks. You know, like, good luck. They're not going to get to you in time. A study of 150 women found that while orders reduced overall abuse, violations spiked in the first months for some, turning a legal step into a trigger. Think of it like waving a red flag. Like if the abuser sees the order as a loss of the control they have exerted over that victim, they might lash out before, that's the thing that feeds them, right? Is that control, exerting that control. On the flip side, sometimes protection orders can be useful. They're most effective in lower risk situations where the abuser actually respects the law or fears consequences like arrest or losing their job or something, or their reputation. Combined with other tools like extreme risk laws, are called red flag laws, that remove guns after these perpetrators fall on law enforcement's radar, they can save lives. So research shows domestic violence protective orders are linked to reductions in intimate partner homicides, especially when enforced with the firearm surrender.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Lautenberg Amendment, which is a federal U.S. law enacted in 96 that makes it illegal for anyone convicted of a misdemeanor crime of domestic violence to possess a firearm or even ammunition. It requires that the crime must have involved the use or attempted use of physical force or a deadly weapon as was committed against a domestic relationship victim. So it was designed to reduce gun violence in these situations. So this amendment, for instance, has cut gun-related homicides in intimate partner violence cases. They're particularly helpful in urban areas with quicker police response times, so keep that in mind. And when paired with safety planning, like changing your locks or altering your workplace or using apps for emergency alerts and things like that, that's when they're finding it to be most beneficial, not by themselves, but like in a larger context.
Right.
In a study of victims' views, many reported less fear and abuse post-order, but success again hinged on strong enforcement and community support. So essentially, orders work best as part of that broader strategy, not a standalone fix. But if you're dealing with someone who is incredibly unhinged, there is the likelihood that that protection order and just that, oh my gosh, you just threw shade on me and now people are looking at me and I, and they completely go all in.
Yeah.
So they are not a magic shield. All they really do is establish a written record of abuse. So the stories of these women remind us that they need teeth. They need better enforcement. They need risk assessments. Like it cannot just be, I feel like when you go to the courthouse, I've helped a domestic abuse victim file for this paperwork before. It is quite involved. It would seem to me like there should be some kind of coaching or counseling or information on here are the risks.
Yeah.
Like even a survey of fill this out on what your abuser is doing, what, displaying these behaviors, boom, 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 boom. Okay, if your score is here, you might want to consider an order protection. It's probably going to help your situation. If your score is here, we might need to talk to law enforcement because this is probably
Going to escalate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nothing like that exists that I could find. So if you're considering something like this, anybody, please consult an advocate first.
Yeah.
Everybody has a local domestic violence shelter. They're going to know what the risks are and be able to help at least get you as much information to mitigate the risks as possible. And you can always also reach out to the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE, or you can text START, S-T-A-R-T, to 88788. So that is that on that. And there's a bunch of research in the show notes on this type of a thing if you're needing a little bit of light reading. I'm kidding. It's not light at all.
It's not, yeah. Well, and I just think that it's good to always have this kind of information reminded to us, I guess, I think. But then also have it handy sometimes, because you never know if you come across somebody, maybe you're dealing with it yourself, maybe a close family member or friend, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Or it's kind of like even in that situation the other day where you witnessed,
chasing the guy down.
Yeah. And getting her
man.
out of that situation and getting her help, you never know. So, because it's not always just, it's not a shield.
No.
Unfortunately, I wish it was, but it's not.
Are you looking for an early morning boost or that midday pick-me-up? Check out the Homebrew Coffee Shop, a coffee shop with a cause on the One Heart campus. At Homebrew, you'll find hope for a home in every cup. It's home to delicious coffee, sweet treats, breakfast, and lunch items. It's a great place to meet friends or host small group meetings. Homebrew is located at 201 Kansas City Street in Rapid City. Open Monday through Friday from 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. We'll see you there.
Be nice. Well, what are you sleeping to?
Enough
of that.
I don't. Oh, yes. I
Oh,
have,
yes.
I'm like, I get so buried into some of these things that I kind of forget. I've got a couple of days off, and so I'm going to have a long weekend. But yeah, I've got some appointments sandwiching on those days, but it's nice to kind of get those done. It's like the typical appointments that you have, annual stuff. Yeah. So it's nothing crazy, nothing hard.
Delightful.
Yeah. But it's like, I have them kind of spaced out, so I've got some me time in there.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but that's for me to find out. And so I'm looking forward to that.
Good.
How about you? What are you escaping to?
I just really want to escape the drama. I mean, it's just been too much drama with work, like chaos. And then yesterday and all the,
Well, you were already escaping the chaos from last week by taking a long weekend, which then
came back to more chaos.
came back to
Yeah.
even more chaos.
Yeah.
And
So I want to get through this next 2.5 weeks because, our HR finance director is going to be gone for 2.5 weeks, which means
Everybody behave.
Guess who's HR? This girl. Don't want to do it. So, yeah, everybody just better frickin' behave because I'll just fire people. No, I'm kidding. I've had it. Be on your best behavior. Consider yourselves warned.
I like it. All
I'm
right.
just tired of hiring.
Oh, that too.
So tired of hiring. Now, because of yesterday, we've got more hiring to do. So,
Process.
yeah. Did you hear my neck?
Yeah.
That
I mean, I can't hear it.
Oh, that was loud. I'm surprised that didn't come through the mic.
Careful. We want to keep your head attached. That's
That might be a nice solution to all the chaos, though. If it just,
no.
yeah,
No, no.
falls off.
Nice try.
Who needs a head?
You do. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, y'all. We appreciate each and every one of you. And if you like what you heard or you find what you heard useful,
Useful. Yeah, that's a good word.
yeah,
Yeah.
just please share it. Share it with whomever needs it. And as always, be sure to like us, follow us, and subscribe. It helps us grow.
Only if you mean it, though. But, you can also check out our library on escapepod.live. I don't know, what's this, 90-something, 100? We're getting close to
Yeah,
100
we're
episodes.
going to be at 101 by the end of the year.
Yeah. So we're
in the 90s.
creeping up there, and there's a lot of these, like, life lessons. We also did a study. It turns out you guys are all really interested in murder.
Yeah.
So
Go figure.
Those are some of our,
Those are like our top.
yeah,
It's the murder ones.
weird.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that says about, of course, me researching it, but
Yeah.
you listening to it. But hey, we're in the same boat, so we're going to do our best to give you what you want, but also take some breathers and do some like lessons, and so we can, we can learn from this stuff and actually have it be helpful and
Yeah.
instructive. And we were talking about that when I chased down the abuser on the sidewalk. Not that I'm recommending doing that, because that could have also ended very, very, very badly. But I really do think it was listening to all of this true crime and being like, not today.
Yeah.
Just not today. This is not going to happen. This girl is not going to become a statistic. And
Yep.
just autopilot chasing this guy down. So.
Yeah. It's like a training in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let us know, though. If you have other ideas for topics, you can send those into justbecause at escapepod.live. You can connect with us on our socials through escapepod.live. We're on all the stuff. And your personal stories of escape, you can send to us at escapeartist at escapepod.live. One day, when we're a really real podcast, we want to do listener story episodes and share some of your stories with the larger audience. So,
Yeah. That'd be super fun.
yeah.
Well, that's a wrap on this episode of the Escape Pod. Remember, trauma may be inevitable, but how you grapple with it is optional. So stay resilient.
Do your homework.
Absolutely.
Keep laughing, everybody.
Keep laughing.
Thanks.
All right. Bye.